We live in a culture obsessed with happiness. Everywhere you look, on social media, in motivational quotes, even in workplace culture, you'll see those three little words. Good vibes only. It's catchy, it's colorful, it feels positive. But underneath that shiny surface lies something quietly harmful. The idea that positivity is the only acceptable emotion, and that everything else should be ignored, dismissed, or hidden. Think about how often we're told to just look on the bright side when something goes wrong. You lose a job and someone says, "At least you have time to rest." You share that you're struggling and you get, "Don't be so negative, everything happens for a reason." At first, these phrases sound comforting, but deep down, they can sting, because they erase your pain instead of understanding it. They tell you that sadness, frustration, or fear have no place in your life. But emotions don't disappear when you ignore them. They just wait quietly until they explode in other ways. The truth is, life is not meant to be all sunshine. Real life is messy, unpredictable, and full of contradictions. You can be grateful and still exhausted. You can love your job and still feel burned out. You can have everything you wanted and still feel lost. That doesn't make you ungrateful, it makes you human. But when we keep repeating good vibes only, we send the message that there's something wrong with being human. Toxic positivity isn't about having a positive mindset, it's about weaponizing positivity to silence anything that feels uncomfortable. It's when positivity becomes a performance instead of a practice. It's when we start to smile through pain because we think showing sadness makes us weak. It's when we post motivational quotes but cry ourselves to sleep and pretend we're fine the next morning. It's when we say everything's fine, even when it's not, just to avoid making others uncomfortable. The irony is, by avoiding discomfort, we actually create more of it. When we suppress our emotions, they don't vanish. They turn inward. The sadness becomes numbness. The frustration becomes resentment. The fear becomes anxiety. We start to feel detached, disconnected, and confused about why we can't just be happy. And the more we force ourselves to be positive, the guiltier we feel when we fail. It's a vicious cycle, one that leaves us exhausted behind the mask of positivity. The healthier alternative isn't negativity, it's authenticity. It's emotional honesty. It's saying, "Today, I'm not okay," and giving yourself permission to feel that without judgment. It's understanding that emotions are messages, not enemies. Sadness tells you something matters. Anger tells you a boundary was crossed. Fear tells you something needs attention. When we label those emotions as bad, we lose the chance to learn from them. In relationships, toxic positivity can be even more damaging. When someone opens up about their pain, and we rush to fix it with cliches, "Stay positive," it could be worse. Everything happens for a reason. What we're really saying is, "Your feelings make me uncomfortable, so I need you to stop." But what most people need isn't fixing. They need space to be heard, to be seen, to be held in their pain without judgment. True empathy isn't about offering silver linings. It's about sitting in the rain with someone until the storm passes. We've been taught that strength means smiling through pain. But real strength is the courage to face what hurts. It's choosing to feel everything, the joy, the grief, the disappointment, and trusting that you'll make it through. Because healing doesn't come from pretending the wound isn't there. It comes from acknowledging it and tending to it with honesty and compassion. There's nothing wrong with positivity when it's real. Gratitude, optimism, and hope are all powerful tools. But when positivity becomes an escape, it turns toxic. The key is balance, to hold both the light and the dark, without denying either. It's okay to be grateful and tired. It's okay to be hopeful and scared. You don't have to pick one emotion and banish the rest. Next time you feel sad or frustrated, instead of saying, "I shouldn't feel this way," try saying, "This feeling is trying to tell me something." Pause, listen, let it move through you instead of trapping it behind a forced smile. Because every emotion, even the heavy ones, serves a purpose. They help you grow, connect, and understand yourself more deeply. We live in a time when everyone's highlight reels are on display. It's easy to believe that everyone else has figured out the formula for constant happiness. But that's an illusion. Behind every smiling photo is a full, complex human being, fighting their own battles. And maybe the most radical thing you can do in a world obsessed with good vibes only is to be real. To say, sometimes I struggle. To say, sometimes I don't have it all together. Because that honesty doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And it makes connection possible. So the next time you catch yourself saying good vibes only, take a second to ask, what would happen if we allowed all vibes? What if we stopped running from our sadness and started learning from it? What if we let ourselves be fully alive, not just selectively happy? Real peace doesn't come from forcing positivity. It comes from embracing wholeness. And wholeness includes everything: joy, pain, fear, and hope, all coexisting in the same heart. You don't need to chase good vibes to live a good life. You just need to live truthfully, even when that truth is uncomfortable. The path to peace isn't paved with constant smiles. It's paved with authenticity. So if today doesn't feel like sunshine, that's okay. Let it rain. Feel it. Grow through it. The light will return, and when it does, it'll mean more, because you earned it. Real peace doesn't come from forcing positivity. It comes from embracing wholeness. And wholeness includes everything: joy, pain, fear, and hope, all coexisting in the same heart. You don't need to chase good vibes to live a good